I'm James Jackson, James Warren Jackson, born here in Atlanta, Georgia. Went to Morehouse College, got a degree in business. And really, basically my career has been corporate America all over the country, and subsequently coming back to Atlanta and finally being able to retire and focus on art. My relationship to Atlanta, I think Atlanta is a fantastic city. I really do. From an art perspective, I think we have a long way to go. Well, maybe not a long way to go, but we have some ways to go to get it to the venue or where I think it should be. And my focus now is to assist artists, assist collectors, curators, in getting us to that point, to where I feel Atlanta would be a vibrant city for arts. I think the main thing that I see from my perspective is educating the public for the need to live with art, giving them a passion to want to live with art, and that certainly entails buying it, getting to know artists, getting to know art galleries, art dealers, art patrons, and getting that energy infused into the veins of this city. I don't see that blood flowing as prolifically as I certainly would like, but to give the arts community a passion, give young collectors a passion. And we have some fantastic art collectors here, and there are some fantastic art collections here, but it's a small group of people that are doing it. And I want the arts community to know that if you live with art, it changes your life. It energizes you. It gives you spirit. It prompts conversation when people see your collection. And I always like inviting people in to see our art collection. I love to see other people's art collection as well, because no two are the same, no two interests are the same. But there's a vitality and energy in that. You live with it every day, and it stimulates you. It gives you vision. You maintain or develop contact with the artist, and it starts really to develop your creative eye. It's very difficult to give people passion for art. It's not impossible, but it's very difficult. And from my perspective, living with this art for all these years and learning about art and being stimulated by art and the artist, what do you do to convey my passion for art to others? Well, one thing you do is invite them into your home to let them see the energy and the art that you have. And I've done that on numerous occasions, and it has helped, because people go back to their houses, and that plaster and those wood walls are not talking to you if there's nothing on it. So they start to collect, and I used to say that was bad art, but I don't say that anymore, because if you like it and buy it, I might not like it or buy it, but it doesn't necessarily mean it's bad. So I'm encouraging people to take that step. I always say, if you have more than 2 pieces of art, you have an art collection. And it's a start. And don't be intimidated by it. A lot of young people are. I was so pleased. Certainly I've concentrated on my immediate family, educating and exposing them to art. And they've done very well, but I was so pleased when my nephew Tony called me and said, "Uncle James, I'm at an art gallery. I want you to know what I'm seeing." And so I knew at that moment I was making a difference because he had seen the art, had noticed my passion for the art, had met some of the artists, and he was getting involved. So I saw that as a spark. And he is just one of several examples of young people that are beginning to express an interest. They have interest in cars and shoes and movies, and you need art to make that a full circle. What can the artists do? They're doing a lot already. They really are. There is a disconnect between their studio and the public. But then the public has to be interested in going in the studio and seeing the art and buying the art. It's just not a one-sided phenomenon. As you say, it is both sides. And an artist just can't be in the studio creating every day and no one sees that work. So I would suggest studio visits, lectures, artist talk, but then on the flip side, you got to get the public in there to hear the artists talk, to hear them talk about their work, and have the passion to hear and purchase it and live with it. That's the key. You live a different life when you live with art. It's not the same. It's not. And when I go into homes that there's no art there, there's no energy in that house, in that home, and they don't even know it. But they know it or have some idea when they see people living with art and engaged in the art community as well. It's fantastic. It really is.